If I can as I was sitting here, I realized that all the speakers were shouting into my speech. So my content has become less and less. But I just want to, before I go into the issue, the sub-region fundraising, I just want to address the issues of students and education. Just give an overview of how I feel regarding us as the black community. I don't want to talk about one community, I don't know. The issue of money flow, understanding money flow. Because I want to talk to a student because I know a lot of you will qualify. That's what a lot of us did. The first thing you want to do is to buy an expensive car. Want to get a good salary, the first thing you want to do is to buy an expensive car. Yet you have issues with the land. I'm worried by a lot of people, especially the civil service commanders, who occupy high positions. They are deputy directors, they are managers. They are renting. And yet they have the capacity to buy. And yet we're talking about reclaiming our land. Because when we talk about reclaiming certain things, we need to be practical as to how we reclaim them. There's the issue of repossession and also displacement. We need to involve ourselves in strategic displacement. When black people buy more properties, irrespective of where they are, that is displacing white power. But if we spend money on things that do not add value to the land, that's not displacement. That's consumerism. And that worries me. Irks me because I have seen, but especially what happened during COVID. What happened during COVID, a lot of guys who had expensive cars, who were renting, then they became unemployed or the business went down, then they found themselves going back to go and squash their parents and occupy the bedrooms that were given to the younger brothers and sisters. Mainly because they did not buy property. They were impressed by the niceties, the little things of life. And I want us to really, as students, take the issue of displacement, of saying we want to display, we don't want to talk about it reclaiming as a political slogan, but we want to participate in activities where we displace white power. We currently have what we call economic empowerment, and that also worries me. Where we found that the CR-17 has been given 5% in Marikana, and then he kills our people just so that he can please the people who hold 95% because he's got 5%. I don't want to get there, but I would rather we concentrate on saying, because as students and as community leaders and members, we have the capacity to influence who we want in our space. If you're living in mining areas, as a community member, you can galvanize communities so that they can reject whoever comes to mind if that person does not meet the criteria that the MK places on the table. So that's where I want to go. The other one that I just want to touch a few points, then we can open up for debate wherever you go. The other one that I want to talk to, when during our times we had as students, we did what we call Saturday schools, where students from the townships came to us, and then whoever, I would teach math because I was good in math. My colleague would teach physical science because he was good in physical science. And that was our contribution to our younger brothers, siblings, who were schooling in the disadvantaged schools where the teachers did not have the kind of quality knowledge that was required to lift our students. And I think that also talks to you as a tertiary institution students, to say what skills do you have? Just as you expect certain skills to be imparted unto you by those that are above you, what skills do you have you acquired so far that you can contribute in the various communities, not necessarily where you come from, but closer to where you are? Because it doesn't mean that you've got to go to Limpopo to give the skills, but you have Mamelodi, you have Atubi, you even have the sunny side in Arcadia, where there are a lot of black people and students that require to be able to create a platform where you can actually impart knowledge, the knowledge that is required to know that there's online access and all that stuff, but you know, one-on-one teaching is actually better than online, because you are able to ask questions, you are able to feel the person, and also identify the challenges, while you're also conscientizing the students. That a lot of the problems that we're having in society are things that should have been addressed at a much younger age. The one I want to talk to you about is the postgraduate programs in all spheres. That as students, you know, in our times, we were satisfied with having a degree. But then we did not understand that actually having a basic degree makes you a grassroots person. But you are not able to participate in drafting and channeling the curriculum. And that's where your ambition should be. That you need to concentrate on postgraduate studies to the level of PhD, where you are able to participate and redraft the curriculum. Because we all cry the fact that the kind of curriculum that we get given from primary school is not the kind of curriculum that prepares for the job market. But then the other thing is we need to create the job market ourselves. We need to dictate the job market, the kind of job market that we want. We cannot always wait for people to come and mine and then they employ us as slaves in our own country. As part of the programs and the studies that we do, while they might have discovered gold and diamond and platinum, whatever, there's still a lot of other minerals that have not been discovered. There's still a lot that has not been discovered about what the minerals can do to help us. And that's where you guys come into play. We were not inspired because we thought just getting a diploma or a degree was enough. But we now realize that those people that were teaching us were actually gatekeepers, because they gave us that which they wanted to give us, but they don't allow us to participate in a program where we're able to then challenge and even model the curriculum that was relevant to us, that talked to us as African people in whatever area that we are. That is the thing that I decry the fact. I actually am worried by the turn of events. Let's take the issue of energy solution. That we have the problem where we say, okay, ESCOM, coal power, whatever, then we're looking at the alternatives. But who is occupying the space of the alternatives? The same white monopoly capital is now going into occupying that space. When actually that should be given to black-owned and black-run companies, especially run by you young people. Because the alternative energy sources should have been researched by you at tertiary institutions. And hence we are able to start the companies. And then we are able to implement, to say, S1, 2, 3, we have researched the battery, for example. I'm just going to give a battery, but there are other things. We have researched the battery that can do 1, 2, 3, and we want to be given the opportunity to experiment. We have experimented, we want to be able to implement. We have got it, but we want funding for it. And that's the kind of government we want. We want, I'm talking as a member of the MK. We want our government, the MK-led government, to be the kind of government that supports black initiatives, especially young people like you want to come up with initiatives, so that you'll get stimulated. I don't want the kind of programs that are run by people who are greedy. Because, and I want to talk to these the commanders, because we have issues. I have observed that tendency even within MK. The issues of people who want to pillage the resources. When people come and say, I want to contribute to MK with whatever I have, somebody looks at a way to steal money from MK, young as it is. We have seen with the events that have been organized in the past, where people wanted to offer the services for free, and they get blocked because somebody wants to tender for the same service and bring his own company or bring his own friends, so that they can. The MK is not in a state where you can't even steal from MK. But yet we have people who are placing themselves in positions where they already started stealing from MK. But not only are they stealing from MK, they are also damaging the name of MK. And those are counter-revolutionaries, and some of them are in the high command. And we need to talk to them to say, the reason we left that part is because we wanted to be involved with an organization that talks to the heart of the black person, but that wants to drive the black person and resuscitate the kind of integrity and dignity that lies within us as black people. Our dignity has been trampled upon for too long. It has been trampled upon for too long. And then as young people, you need to, just as I heard you talking about the youth of 1970,